Thank you to all the amazing listeners out there. On behalf of the Reef Podcast, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for our future mentions on the new episode. Have a great day.
All right, we are back. Welcome to the Reef Podcast. I'm your host, Luis IPA, bringing you another exciting episode here, joined by Kratos, Leary, and the usual cast. And we got ourselves another indie game developers here. We got Dabster Entertainment. We got Anthony, and I don't need no introduction because I know you. You're the goat. So you go ahead and introduce yourself. You know who you are. I'm gonna call you the goat. How about that? You like being called the goat?
You're talking to Anthony, right?
Yep.
Is he there?
I think he
I
is there.
bet you his mic is still muted.
I thought he was talking about you.
Oh no, I'm not. You're the goat, bro. I'm not the goat.
I'm the
No,
kind of goat.
no, I appreciate you guys being here. I know it's a little late. I know it's Florida. I mean, it's 1 hour ahead. Thank you guys for joining us. So whoever wants
I'm
to,
in Florida. I'm in Florida. He's in Virginia.
wow. So you guys are like literally like, dang. Okay. So what actually is Dabster Entertainment? If you guys want to do a little introduction about yourselves, what got you into game development? You have the floor right now.
So Anthony, let me go real quick. So this Anthony, and correct me if I'm wrong. So we both work at the same job. I'm not going to name the company, but we're both software developers. And Anthony makes games in his spare time, and so do I. And Anthony has a game company called Holey Donut Games. So it's a collaboration of both our game companies. And Anthony's basically really the main lead on this game. I'm pretty much just like helping him out, grabbing the team, doing the audio, doing some art. But it's his vision. So I don't want to undermine that at all. Anthony, did I say that pretty much? Was that pretty much on point?
Yeah, I would say that, we happen to be working for the same people, have the same interest, just kind of click together right. I am the one working on this game, is kind of my producer, coordinator, everything else. Sets up things like this.
Okay. So basically, like, what this is actually a question for Dabster Entertainment. What made you wanna actually start up a company? Like, I mean, I know you had a good title by Little Sherman, which I played it before. Phenomenal game.
I appreciate that. So I'll try to give you the long story short. Okay. So we actually started as a game company called Floppy Entertainment in like 2013, like a long time ago. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with Jacksonville, Florida, or the Jacksonville Jaguars, but the owner, Shah Khan, had like a tech festival in 2013, and we won the tech festival. And then he kind of like financed our first game company. But then I learned quite a few lessons. So while I was working my full-time job, I was running downtown to their incubator. They had to start like a small business incubator that you had to go through. And basically they wanted us to change our game name. And then they wanted us to not make a game anymore. And so then they were think, oh, it's more lucrative to sell game assets. And to be honest with you, we kind of like went along with it. And in the end, I realized that was not the correct decision. A great life lesson. So then I formed Dabster Entertainment, and I got my friends back together, and I said, dude, let's just get this game. We own the rights. Shah Khan was able to sign everything off to us. There's no legalities about it. So we did Little Sherman, and then I worked with another few of my friends. We did the SSTR, which is like the escape room sci-fi game. And then I just hooked up with Anthony from work because, I never quit my day job. We just moved into different positions. And I came to a new role at work. And Anthony was the lead developer there. And then we just kind of meshed. It was like, oh, you make games? Oh, I make games too. And it was, everybody who makes games kind of like seems to like the same thing.
I mean, I noticed that like the name is actually Donuts, I believe. That's the collab company, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, that's Anthony. Holey Donut Games.
That's
Yeah.
me. Holy Donut Games.
And
Fun.
you ever thought about doing like a ripoff of Homer Simpson or something, eating like a donut?
I mean, copyright infringement, right? Trademark maybe.
But
I might get shut down for doing that, but it is a Simpsons donut if you've seen our logo.
yeah. I mean, I did notice that like there's like a little bite on it and everything. It's hilarious. But what actually got you, Anthony? Like, like what was the drive behind you? Like, I know Dabster here said like, his backstory. So we would like to hear your backstory on like what made you want to actually start developing games.
When I was 7, I got an NES for Christmas. And I have wanted to do that ever since. There wasn't any like discovering that I liked making video games. That's what I've always wanted to do. I've just never been in a spot where I could actually do it full time. So we're an indie studio now. Just kind of make games that I want to play.
So basically, like, you started with the classic, one of the retro classics. And what was your favorite game back then? Like, what was a go-to game for Anthony to play?
Back then, I was super into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The game famous for having that level underwater that's super hard. I never beat it when I was 7. Never even got close.
So here's a crazy fact about myself.
I started.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I started like in an IBM PS1, which is not the PlayStation 1. That was what they called the computer in the mid 90s. Right in, base games and basic A. And been trying to get people to pay me to do it ever since.
That's awesome. So basically, like, for me, I played that game as well, but I have really strict parents. Like, I had like, my dad, every time I played this game called Pilot Wings. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that for Super Nintendo. And every time I would actually get a 99 score out of 100, no matter how far I was into the game, he would reset my game and say start over from the beginning.
Oh my lord!
Yep.
Yeah, he was one of those dads that said
that's
like,
what they did.
if you actually died once, hey, you have to start all over and try to do this perfectly. So I get that.
I was really, really good at the first level of every game I owned.
All right. So I think my co-host here has a question too. I think he's actually prepared to ask a couple as well. And I want to thank again Lyrian for keeping up with the chat and Nightmare as well. Thank you guys. So go ahead.
I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. With Dabster Games being in Florida, I'm assuming you guys do a lot of work with Full Sail or something like that. Have you guys worked with them before?
So not Full Sail, but it's kind of funny you mentioned that. For like the past 2 years, we've been working with the local high school here because they have a Magna program that's trying to push like STEMs into science, with development and math. And then they were trying to do a game program. So we were on the board for that for a while. But then I guess budget cuts came along, as you can only imagine. And that was cut. But I haven't worked with Full Sail directly. But when we were on the board for that high school, Full Sail was also on the board also.
Okay.
That probably didn't answer your question.
It actually was leading into my question.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for anybody student-wise that wants to get into video game development? Because Full Sail does have that video game development program.
Is anybody here working for Full Sail? So am I allowed to speak freely?
I go to school with Full Sail.
Oh, you go to school there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's expensive, right?
I have VA that covers it. So.
Okay. All right. Cool. On a side note, where did you serve?
Army. I was stationed in Schofield Barracks, Hawaii.
All right. Oh, nice. Cool. How many years you did?
I was in for just over 2 years before I got injured.
Short time. Oh, sorry. I did the Navy for 8 years.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm not. I had a good time. I had a good time in Navy. But I don't know, dude. I feel, and I'm sure Anthony probably has a better answer than me, but I always felt like strong portfolio. Like all the artists that we've reached out, like being an indie dev company, like everybody's kind of like working for free until we make any money off the game. But I feel like a strong portfolio, regardless if you go to school or not. But you got the VA, so that's like a plus for you. But I know student loans are very pricey because I know my wife has a nice student loan. So I'm thinking, I was self-taught with everything I do. So music-wise, my little bit of art, development, everything was self-taught. I've never had a problem getting a job, but it's all about your portfolio, I feel. If you're a good 3D artist, it's all about your portfolio, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. I mean, it's great to have the paperwork to prove it, but what you're really getting out of that program is that portfolio they're helping you build. Because when we're looking at an artist, we're not looking at the diploma, we're looking at the art, right? And it's the same with programming.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell pretty quick if the person actually knows how to think like a programmer or not. And their GitHub will tell you that, not their piece of paper.
And I don't want to take anything away from college at all because Dabster Entertainment did like a few children's books because my wife wrote them, and we had a phenomenal artist who graduated from SCAD, and she was amazing. And SCAD, if anybody's familiar with SCAD, it's very expensive, but her skill set was amazing, and I feel like you also learn a lot as an artist going to college, just the fundamentals in general. So I don't want to take away from going to college because my kids went to college, my wife went to college, and it's all worked out for them. So I don't want to be saying that. But for me, portfolio worked best.
Yeah, we don't want to take away from it, but make sure you come out of the program with a diploma and a portfolio, not just the diploma.
Right.
All right.
Paperwork is important. Anyway, I have two questions, one from me and one from our buddy ZDP right on YouTube. My question is, given that there's been so many advancements in like technology for computers, has there ever been a moment that you metaphorically like hit a wall with your coding?
I mean, I hit walls all the time, but I'm sure Anthony does it.
Like where I just didn't know how to do what I wanted to do, or
yeah,
where
like
to go next. Oh yeah,
like
sure.
new technologies hit a wall.
I'll tell you, I'm not up to speed with like all the fancy new stuff that's out there. Like I have a general idea of how like Nanite works in Unreal Engine, but we're using Unity, not Unreal, and I have a surface level knowledge. They can say there's a wall there. I have no idea what kind of magic they're doing now. Some of the shader stuff they do is just insane. There's people that specialize in these fields for a reason. Because some of them do have that depth that
extra
you
knowledge.
have to know. The some of the subjects are so deep you can't be an expert in everything anymore.
Yeah, it's understandable. Anyway,
I had a question for Anthony, so I'm going to steal your show real quick. Do you think it's better to be a general artist, and you can do a little bit of this, you can do a little bit of that, or do you feel like it's better for someone to be like, oh, I strictly animate, that's all I do?
I don't know if animating is the best example,
but you know what I mean.
But I know what you mean, and I'm going to say that if you should be able to do a little bit of everything, even if you specialize in something.
Right. I felt the same way.
Like you should be able, like you're a musician, right? The person might only play the guitar, but they should still be able to write music for a piano if they have to.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to draw a picture.
Yeah.
If you're a 3D artist.
And a lot of people on our team, you have to do multiple roles. I feel like when you do indie dev, it's like you're doing art, great. We need web development also. Oh, really? We need social media posting.
Yep.
So we all have a lot of We all sit in a lot of seats.
What's the first rule of indie development, Michael?
You have no money? No, I don't know
that's
what.
part of it. The first
That's
rule
part of
is if you can't do it yourself, it can't be done.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, look at the guy. What's his name? The guy that made Stardew Valley. I mean, he did a phenomenal job. Like he literally,
Concerned
There's,
Ape.
yeah.
there's a lot of sick stories out
Yeah.
there.
But for every Stardew Valley, every concerned ape, there's a billion, unconcerned monkeys that failed.
All right. So, what's
Right.
what's the question from CDP?
From ZDP Gaming, how many times have you guys beat games you've developed?
Beat the games?
Like
I have
actual
not.
completion.
I haven't beaten Little Sherman yet. Have you, Luis?
I didn't beat it.
Yeah, I didn't beat that fucking game.
I
That
have-
game was too hard.
Um,
I just need to go in there
I
and
beat
add some
Dwarf
code.
I have not played it since the last time
Yeah.
I streamed that. Man, it's been
Yeah, I
quite a
thought
while. But my
My
goodness,
friend Alan, yeah.
I have
second
like
one was a pain in the neck.
6,000 hours racked up in the previous game I worked on, and never officially beat it because there's no end state.
Where'd you
And I
work on,
probably
dude?
get that was Dwarf Corp
Okay.
when I was contracting with somebody else.
Cool.
In Pergamon now, I've probably got like close to 1,000 hours of actual gameplay, but the game's not done. So if I beat it, no. Will I beat it? Yes, because it will be tuned to be challenging to me, which means it'll either be really, really easy for you guys or way too hard. I don't know yet.
Gotcha. I have two more questions from CDP Gaming, by the way. The first one is, which do you think is the most important in developing a game? The script of the game, the character development of the game, or like the controls? You found,
Not the
and
script, like the writing.
I
Like the
believe
story?
so. Yes.
The control is definitely the gameplay. Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
moment
gotta
to
be
moment
gameplay.
gameplay.
And within those like situations, have you found any glitches? What would be like the steps that you would take to get them taken out or fixed?
Like glitches in our game.
Like glitches within the process.
Well, here's a perfect example, dude. When people were first playing forgot our game, they said the controller
Can't even
sucked.
say the name of it.
Yeah, Pergamon, how you pronounce it?
Pergamon, it's named after the city.
Pergamon. Yep.
all right. So,
Pergamon.
Yeah,
they were
what
complaining
he's
about the
bringing up
controllers.
is right. We released the demo to the public, and actually we released the demo to the team because not all the team was able to actually build it themselves. And the first time they played it, either I was getting from two different people. One person was telling me the mouse is way too sensitive. I can't aim at anything. The other person was telling me the mouse moves way too slow. I can't aim at anything. And what I got from that was that I need to implement a sensitivity slider immediately. And so I did that. But
So my question for that one: how much of that could have been user error?
so after the sensitivity slider was there,
Question.
this is an amazing question because after the sensitivity slider is there, if they're complaining that it's too sensitive, but they didn't go and adjust the settings, then yes, it's technically user error. But can I expect the user to go dig up some settings and change them before they continue playing? Ultimately, I ended up doing something like like the opening sequence of Halo, where you have to get in the thing and look at the lights or whatever. I did something like that and forced the player to do it first and adjust their sensitivity. And I have not got a complaint about the sensitivity since, because A, they adjust it to how they like it right away, and B, if they come out of that sequence without adjusting how they like it, they know damn well it's their fault.
Right. This is actually a question from me in regards to feedback. When is it do you okay? When do you particular can point within somebody with some person's feedback that it could be user error and when it could be a genuine glitch that could possibly be a big concern?
That's tough. And like what I was getting at in the last bit was, even if it is technically user error, that doesn't mean there's not something you can do to fix it. Like Mike and I deal with this like in our day job nonstop, where we've got thousands of different sites with different employees in the company I work for using our software. They're bound to find some way to make it go wrong. Even if they're using it wrong, maybe we can make it go right anyway, you know?
Make it easier for the process.
Right. Figure out a way to
Right.
make them not make the mistake in the first place. And that's challenging. But you gotta be real careful with all the feedback, because you are gonna get people who just come in along and say, it sucks, you should kill yourself, whatever. You don't listen to them. But then you get people come along and tell you it's awful and terrible, and hidden somewhere in that horrible negative feedback, there's something you could fix. Probably really easy to make them, not think that. Unfortunately, by the time you get that feedback, that particular customer is probably never coming back to your game. It's just, you're fixing it for the next person.
Right.
Um,
And speaking of this question, I asked this question with our recent indie developer guest. Has there ever been an idea that was on basically your draft board that you thought, this is too good of an idea, we'll keep this for a later date? Or the opposite, this is so bad of an idea, nobody's going to even look at it and buy it or play it?
I'll go first.
I've definitely thrown out bad ideas.
We have an idea from Dabster Entertainment going back a couple of years. It's a little Bo Peep game, and I still have a shitload of art and the game dev document, and that's just on the back burner.
For the perfect.
Now, does this fall into the good idea or the bad idea category?
No, this was a good idea. Eventually, I'll pitch it to you.
All right. I did work on a children's game for a little bit.
It's not a children's game. It's a children's theme, but it's not a children's game.
Oh,
wow.
Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely thrown out bad ideas. If they're a bad idea, they're a bad idea. Why would you keep them?
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like saving a good idea for the next game, I think that's just kind of dumb, honestly. If it's a good idea, make it now. Get it out there.
I guess I had a dumb idea.
I wouldn't say a dumb idea. Like,
I'm being sarcastic. I mean,
right.
It's just Anthony making fun of me again. It's fine. I'm used to it.
Man, he's just roasting you today. Jeez.
I was not making fun of you at all. What are you talking about?
I'm done playing, dude. You just said, well, if it was a good idea, you would have made it. Then it's a dumb idea. It's fine.
No, I wasn't referring to your Bo Peep idea. I'm sure it's a great idea.
It's cool, though. I'll have to pitch it to you. It's really good. I have some really great concept art that I didn't do, but I paid for. So.
Like, the reason I asked that is because the concept of having a good idea and keeping it till like a couple years later when you have more skill or more assets that you could work with or more artists you could work with, you could possibly make that game into like one of the best games of ever in your production like career.
Yeah, I guess, but I think it's kind of like it's something of a trap.
Yeah, but whatever game you develop is a learning process, and you learn more and more.
I understand that, but you can always make the same idea again. I mean, look at how many games put out a sequel, which is just the first game. What is the sequel to Undertale, but literally Undertale made better?
Deltarune?
Yeah.
Gotcha. We do have a question from YouTube, ZDP again, coming in clutch. Who is y'all favorite video game character? One you have built or played growing up?
Favorite video game character?
Yep.
I'm going to say Lara Croft, but it's not the reason why.
Oh my God.
Hold up.
Speaking of Lara Croft, there is a collection coming for that game actually. That I heard recently.
Oh yeah, I believe I heard it also.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard Lara
reasons
Croft.
Why?
Why? I like all the games. I like the most recent games. But I was kind of joking when I said it's not the reason why, because everybody knows. I don't want to say it. We're on YouTube right now.
Right. That's a dangerous tripwire.
Yeah.
Right at the door.
But all the recent games I really loved.
All right.
I could definitely see the appeal.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she's badass.
All right.
all right. So
Anthony, what about you?
Better cross
Yeah.
game in years.
I'm kind of curious of what Anthony has to say on this.
Oh, I can't wait.
Same question.
Yep.
Kokoro.
Oh. Try to
See, I don't even know who that is. Who is that? What game is that?
Dead or Alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Abaji Dancer.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Been kicking people's asses Kokoro for 20 years, Mike.
Look, I'm throwing hands. All right.
All right, so before you, I know there's a question on Twitch. I did want to ask Dabster as well. What made you wanna do a tank type game back then? Like, what was the idea behind that one? Like, what was? I know.
So, yeah, I'll try. It's another story, but I'll try to make it short. So I was looking for someone to make games, and I reached out to the local community college there, and I found this artist, Tom, who's my friend now. And I was like, he was working on a game in Unreal back in 2011. And we hooked up, and he said, yeah, I got this really cool concept of a little tank. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe we can make a mobile game. And it just took off from there. And then I started like designing it for him. And he was an amazing 3D artist. He did the original, so the little Sherman tank that you play in the game, he actually did that. He made that FDX, that model. But Tom went on to greater and better things. So Tom is in a AAA company called Elphonic. They make, Predator, Hunting Grounds, Friday the 13th, all that other shit. So he's the senior animator for that company. So he went on to do really good things. But it was his vision, and then I came along and pushed it, and we grew it.
That's amazing, though. I mean, the fact that he grew that much, because, like I said, when I played it, I mean, it was still, like, early. So, trust me, I got frustrated when I got to the higher levels. The first few levels, I was like, oh, great, this is fun. But then as I kept surviving, I was like, oh, my goodness, this is getting challenging and challenging. Eventually, I just have to pull my hair out and be like, oh, my gosh, I give up. This is too much. But, all right, what you got, Lillian?
Getting to our question on Twitch from Boom a Thingy. I believe I said that right. How do you expand from a short game jam game into a full retail, like launch ready game? And how much does the scope inflate from what exists currently?
Anthony, feel free.
I don't think I've ever done that, so you probably shouldn't listen to me about it. But the game jam games I've done have all been, throw it away and start over from scratch. I've written some of the gnarliest code I've ever seen in a game jam. Not stuff that I would ever want to actually expand on. I'd want to, scrap it all down, start over, design it properly from the start.
Which, to my knowledge, that accidentally does make sense if you're going to make it for a retail audience.
Yeah.
Hey, on a side note, I don't know how many people are actually watching this, but I want to give you some Steam keys for a free download of the Little Sherman.
Ooh.
Are you cool with that?
I mean, if you want to, we can actually like go for it. I mean, but before
Should
we
I just throw it?
Hey,
you let me know what you want me to do with them.
So before we actually do that, I do want to show.
We should probably talk about our game too.
Yeah. So.
yeah. We're getting the questions.
We're going Little Sherman. We're going back to store.
I'm sorry.
We're not trying to sell Little Sherman. We're trying to sell the.
I know. I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm sorry. Yes, that's it's a new game.
Trying to sell the Metroidvania shooter that we've
been working on.
Like I said earlier, I really think that game has a little bit of Descent vibes. I used to play Descent on MS-DOS back in my computer. I used to use one of those Joy-Cons, the old school Joy-Cons, and that game that you guys are developing gives me that vibe, but it also gives me a little bit of course, FPS as well. And
Mhm.
I gotta say, graphic wise, it looks like really decent for an indie game. I mean, it looks like
Cool.
it's actually very well done. So before we get into further more detail about it, I was actually gonna show it here on the Reef Podcast, so that way people can check it out. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, the link on the description below will show you the website for Dabster, and then also it shows you the wish list, so you can actually wish list the game, so you can actually get your hands on this game. So,
And one more thing, you could actually play the alpha now.
oh, there you go. So you can get the
Yeah,
demo.
yeah,
Steam,
join. You,
months.
All
you
right.
play the demo, or you can play the alpha on our Discord. Sorry, dude.
Yep, all good. All right, so without further ado, let me go ahead and get this started so you guys enjoy. All right, so this is what that's what I meant by it has like the Descent vibes, but I also noticed a little bit of Doom kind of vibes, like because you're
It
basically collecting items. You basically there's a lot of like collectibles, and you can also power up, which is phenomenal. I mean, when do you see like something a game that's kind of like Doom that you can actually power up? So I'll let you, Anthony, take the mic for this because you're basically the head guy. So go ahead.
All right. So yeah, we're making it is a Metroidvania shooter. Deeply inspired by Metroid Prime series. Um, we got the demo coming out in about a month. It is going to be very exploration heavy. You saw in the shooter a lot of the content that's going to in the trailer, a lot of the content that's going to be in the demo. We're looking forward to actually getting people able to play it.
So what made you actually want to actually go with a Metroidvania type style game? Like, what was the inspiration behind it?
Well, I'd say mostly because they're the kind of game I like to play. You don't see a lot of 3D entries in the genre right now. It's very dominated by the 2D entries at the moment. With the success of Hollow Knight and Song that just came out, and
and other
the latest
games.
Metroid was a 2D one again, Metroid Dread, which is a fantastic game.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's a market for the 3D Metroidvanias that is not being filled. We got a lot of games that are like tangential to it, like the Jedi Survivor and Fallen Order. People will tell you that like Dark Souls is the Metroidvania, and I agree with them at least for like the first half in some respects, but there's just not a lot of them out there, and I don't know where they're at. I don't know why nobody's making them. I want to see more of them.
In regards to gameplay, regarding like what I seen in the trailer with movement tech, what was the thought process with going for adding those kind of mechanics?
All right, so I'm thinking what you've seen in the trailer, and something interesting you might have seen was like the walls that you can walk on. where you just go right up it smoothly. I wanted to take advantage of the fact that it's 3D, right? And have stuff like that. I don't know if you've played a game called Prey, not the Bethesda game that came out like a couple years ago that was set in a spaceship. There was another game called Prey from like the mid-aughts. It was actually also set on a spaceship, but
I think I know the game you're talking about too.
And it had like if you played the demo for that game, you played the entire game because they packed the first 10 minutes of that game full of every trick they could think of. You know, you got enemies on the ceiling, you got portals you go through where you come out the other side a different size, you got all this crazy stuff going on. And that's the kind of crazy stuff I want to do. I want to have player walking on the ceiling, shooting enemies on the floor down below, or the gravity changing and stuff like that. But a little bit of the design philosophy is also, and like usually in a Metroidvania, stuff like the double jump and stuff like that will be locked behind an upgrade you get later. So like the first part of the game, when you don't have all your movement upgrades, can be really kind of dull.
Right. It's very basic, straightforward.
Ultimately decided, you know what? No. The player can do almost all of that stuff right from the start because I want the player to have fun immediately.
Which is a really good approach, I think. From the atmosphere, it definitely feels like there's hints of Warhammer 40K, like that more grim, dark science fiction. Did any elements when coming to create the atmosphere of the game, did that have any impact on the initial product?
I don't know if Warhammer itself had like a direct impact, maybe subconsciously, but kind of the atmosphere I'm going for. The demo incorporates about half of 2 areas in the final game, and one of them is an ancient overgrown temple, right? So a lot of rocks, skeletons,
A bit
arches
Tomb
and
Raider,
stuff.
like a bit science fiction Tomb Raider esque. Because I'm a big sucker for like science fiction oriented stuff, and I seen that, just really curious.
Well, I'm a big fan of like the Star Wars aesthetic, where it's science fiction, but it's also old and run down.
Ah, yes, like
And
older stuff.
that's right. So like it might be a science fiction door in the game, but it's also been there for 2,000 years and it's beat to crap.
Yes. We have 2 questions. To repeat the name of the game from Thanatos 13 Official.
Pergamon.
And Bergamon. And
Pergamon.
Bergamon.
So wait, so is that a Pokemon?
No, it is a city.
It's an ancient Greek city, right? Or Turkey?
It's in Turkey. It's in modern day Turkey, but it is an ancient Greek city. It is Satan's throne.
I mean, there's a whole backstory to the game. Also, I don't know if Anthony you wanted to go into that. There's like,
I would love to hear it personally.
Lord and Rich.
I can tease you with it. I'm not going to go into like deep details, but the character you play as, Marcy, is sort of the silent protagonist, but she does have a backstory. She is the pilot of a space freighter that crashes on this planet, and she's the pilot of a space freighter in an era where being the pilot of a space freighter means that she's okay with playing video games by herself for 6 months while her space freighter goes through space, right?
The dream, quote unquote.
I know. I would take that job in a heartbeat. Oh my god. But anyway, she's crashed onto this planet. And the insurance policy with the space freighter company automatically regenerates a clone of her with all of her memories whenever she dies because they're nice like that. That's also how I explain the fact that you die and respawn. Right.
I mean, I
It's
feel,
been like 10,000 years since she crashed.
jeez.
And you, the player, are waking up as if it just happened.
So it's almost
With
like
no
you.
memory of the intervening time.
So it's almost like you went into a coma, basically.
Well, let's just say that when you start meeting other people, they look kind of familiar.
Oh wow, dang. I mean,
That's funny.
also another thing that I noticed about this, I feel like you said, you guys said earlier today, like the whole Metroid vibe, like the whole Metroid, the old school Metroids. I feel a little bit like
Yeah.
that.
It definitely gives off that vibe, and that's mission accomplished to a T, to a golden letter.
Yeah.
We have
Trying to avoid the color-coded enemies of Metroid Prime, but still trying to capture that feeling.
Plus, it's a female character, so we know, like, you know, Samus is female. I'm gonna
Yeah.
basically tell y'all something that y'all probably gonna laugh. I did not know Samus was actually a female till Smash Brothers.
I
Have you not beaten any of the games?
Nope.
It's at the ending of every game.
It's when you die in every game.
That too.
Well, I mean, I just
Mm.
played it for a while, and I was like, okay, this is okay. I mean, but I was more like into the whole Donkey Kong, Mario, F-Zero, like the casual, like, you know, games. I wasn't like, you know, super like invested. I mean, I like games, but it's just like, you know, I didn't have time for them. Don't give me the thumbs up. Don't give me the thumbs up here.
no.
Well,
But
it
no.
is almost entirely irrelevant to this game. Like I said, she is kind of a silent protagonist.
Mm.
We do
You
have
can't even see her. This first person.
we do have another question from Thanatos13 Official on Twitch. What engine was the game Pergamon built in?
We are using Unity, for better or worse.
I noticed that a lot of indie game devs, they've been using Unity a lot, quite a bit. And
Yeah, for every game we've built.
I was gonna say,
Kill it. So we went with it.
okay, so do you guys have a release date for this game?
I have a release date for the demo.
Ah, okay. So there's no
Right now,
right now it's TBA for the game, correct?
TBA.
Gotcha. So let me ask you this. If the game actually becomes successful, do you plan on doing a sequel to it or DLC or any kind of extra, like, you know, content for it?
My plan, I'm going to put this out there now, and Mike can tell me I'm insane for promising this. But if we were to blow up, there would not be a sequel or DLC for a long time because you would get free content first. I've designed the game in such a way that, like, I can build an area and add it to the game, like a whole explorable area, and add it and release it as new content without, you know, messing up your saves or anything, and you can go explore it. So we would probably release something like that first, and then maybe look at DLC down the road if we needed to, you know, fund further development.
Interestingly, that's actually very like ingenious because of how like modern gaming you can always add, people are always wanting to add stuff to games to extend the playtime. And
one thing that is always bugged me about games in general is, you know, the company will put out a game and they'll put out a sequel right after it, and like, why don't you just make the first game bigger? Like, I still want to keep playing that. You know, like do the FromSoft model where you just add a whole new area to Elden Ring instead of making a new game.
Right.
And the old game is still there. I don't need a whole sequel.
Right.
All right. So I was gonna say, I believe Dabster has an announcement to make here about some keys that he said that he wants to give away. How many do you have with you?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck, I have no idea. I'm just going to copy and paste this and give it to you.
Yes, the MacGyver approach.
But
Where
I think
do you want me to where do you
Okay.
want me to paste them?
Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to go in the Twitch chat and literally, like, you know, we're gonna ask a trivia question about gaming. It might be gaming, it might be maybe podcast for our listeners too. Like, you know, see if they actually they actually remember a couple things. So for those of you that are listening, if you actually listen on YouTube on the VOD and you answer correctly, might have to squeeze an extra key, maybe. We'll see. But anyways, I'll let Nightmare here ask the first question. He can ask a game. I'll let him choose game trivia or podcast trivia.
Let's do some game trivia.
All right, go for it.
And only because you mentioned this, what is the only game Louis can always 100% complete?
I think you should do like a multiple choice. That way, it gives him at least a chance.
Except you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, but I mean,
you did mention it earlier.
Okay, but
so
I mean,
we'll go with games we mentioned earlier. Mario,
F-Zero,
Donkey Kong, F-Zero, or Pilot Wings.
Oh,
Pilot Wings.
Wait, who said that? Who said Pilot? Oh, Anthony
How
did.
dare you, Anthony?
Dang.
Was I not supposed to?
That was
that's what they're playing, dude.
He did say it earlier.
Yeah. But yes, the correct answer is Pilot Wings. So now
a key to Anthony.
Yeah,
Anthony get a key.
I
think it's
actually
for that one. I've already actually I think I bought it, so
don't say that.
I
thought I gave you a key.
Also, I wanted to let you guys know that Thanatos Official actually wishlisted the game. So
cool.
Pokemon, yeah.
But okay. So I think what we should do is like just for the bonus question, because Anthony here answered for the viewers, is this is actually a follow up to that game question, and this is actually to the listeners out there. This is actually a true and false. It's not multiple choice or anything. So you guys on the viewers, you get to choose. Whoever says the right answer gets the code. So here's the question. True or false? Did Luis dad made him actually complete every game, or he let him play any game anytime he wanted to, and there was like no restrictions whatsoever? So whenever he actually had if he did have those restrictions, did he made him was it true that he made him restart the game from the beginning, or was it not? True or false?
Yeah, I put the keys in our group text.
Okay.
Oh.
You got him,
and just so we're clear, I'm not supposed to answer this one?
Yep, you're not supposed to answer this one.
The answer's 13 official. Can I phone a friend?
Okay, so
Thanatos did get it.
Yep,
Thanatos
got it correct. It is true. So in case you want to know, Boomerang, my dad basically, like, every time I actually would play Pilot Wings with him, if I scored 99 out of 100 in one level, even though I was in almost finishing the whole game, he would reset my game, and he would literally do the same thing with Dan Mario. He would literally see me die once. He would reset my game and be like, "Start over from the beginning." And
good thing your dad wasn't watching me play against you and Mario.
Hey, if he was watching that, I kid you not, he would literally be like, "Dude, start your game all over again, please." But in all honestly, he'll probably be proud of Nightmare. He'll probably be like, you know what? Props to you for actually beating my son on this, because he's not worthy of the Mario title.
Oh man, yes indeed. So
yeah. But
are we going to keep going with this? Because I do have a game question to give another one a key.
All right, so you do have a question, but we want to give Thanatos the Steam key. So do you have him? You sent him on the group, correct?
Yeah, the group being me, you, and Anthony.
Okay, so let me go while
I posted a bunch in there.
While Lirian is actually getting his question ready, I'm gonna get this code to Thanatos.
All right, this is for the Sega people over there. Everybody knows about the Sega CD secret message, right? The one that's in particular done by a developer, right? Okay.
I mean, are you asking us or
Well,
because I do
Red
not? So,
Oh, you don't? So
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
either.
No.
in Sega CD, there was actually like a secret code that you could put in with the sound test that would give
Uh-huh.
you a fake anti-piracy screen that was supposed to pop up with bootleg Sega CD copies.
Huh.
It's a very creepy one. But which soundtrack, the Japan/PAL version or the US version, did the backing track to this screen use? In particular, the boss music.
Now, is it viewers or is it us too? Like me and Nightmare
mean,
and
It's a possibility. Y'all can guess on this one as well.
I
But
want to
for
say
the
it's a Sonic game.
it is a Sonic game, Sonic CD, for the Sega CD/32X.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Now you're really going down memory lane, my guy here.
Man,
Jesus.
I
I am
remember.
When
I used to
when
own
you
a Commodore.
mentioned the anti-piracy thing, I was like, oh yeah, that one.
yeah. You know the one I'm
I
talking
had
about.
an N64, not a Sega CD. I don't know.
I had both.
This might age me, but I had a Commodore 64. We used to use Pirate's Toolbox to copy all the games.
Hey, oh, we
We
going
don't
back in
talk
the
old
day.
about
school.
those.
I was
And
mostly a Sega kid when I was young.
and just to confirm, Thanatos, you were able to get the key, correct? I don't know if it went through or not, but I hope you got your key. So I'm actually happy about that. That's awesome that we gave him one key. And we have here Boom actually saying the only Sega I had growing up is the Sega Channel. Wow. My goodness. All right. So let's go ahead and answer another trivia. If you guys have been listening to the podcast today, you better have knowledge of this because my goodness, if you don't remember this for earlier today, I'm gonna literally shake my head until the end of the podcast. Dabster Entertainment. What was the first game that they made, and what was the main character? I know it's not for us, Anthony or Dabster. It's for the listeners out there.
Oh, I don't know.
Who is the main character of the first game that Dabster Entertainment made? I'm gonna go with multiple choice to make it easy for y'all. Is it Sherman? Is it Doorman? Is it Mermaid or Little Sherman? I should add the trivia music here. That would actually be
I
great.
don't have my Jeopardy stuff to
Yeah.
where you can hear it.
Yeah.
My own soundboard is out of order currently. 200 things.
So A, B, C, or D, guys. Whoever answers this correctly gets a key. Even if you already have a key, you can actually get another key if you want to give to somebody. That's okay. I mean, I don't mind it. I know Dabster doesn't mind it because like, hey, more
I gave you a
key.
bunch.
Yeah. The more keys we do, the better. But I'll give you guys 20 more seconds. If nobody guesses this, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. But
I mean, I already know the answer, so I can't guess it.
well, I mean, if nobody guesses it, you can guess it, and then if you guess it correctly, then literally like I'll hand you the key. So got a few seconds left. We got 4. Oh, Boom
Yep,
got
there
it
we go.
correct. Yay! Good job, Boom. Yes.
Give them a key.
I feel like he was trying to do an emoji and still got it right.
Wait. Good job, Boom. You got the key. Congratulations. So happy for you. All right.
To reiterate, how many keys do we have left?
A lot. But we can't go over all of them though. There's a
Yeah.
so
Dude, yeah, you could give him. You could give him out whenever. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'll definitely like make like a little giveaways and stuff. But all right.
It would
So
be cool. We could do that on our Twitter.
yeah, I'm probably gonna do like some giveaways soon for those. But all right, Boom. I want you to message me on Discord so I can give you your key. So hey, we got a follow here. Thank you for the follow. All right. So
Hey,
so basically, like, Boom, if you actually want to check us out, you can always go to our main Twitch page and we have our social media there. You can follow me there and I'll send you the Steam key there, so I can actually you can actually enjoy the game, because I'm telling you, you will enjoy the game, but at the same time, you probably get frustrated like I did. All right. Anyways, let's get to the best part of the Reef podcast here that everyone always looks forward to. This is called the What the Fuck questions.
I've got these ready for the last one.
Okay.
All right. Yes.
So
And I will do this since we've got two guests. If either one of them agree, I will eat two. If both of them agree, I will eat all four.
Jesus. So he's so this.
What are we talking about?
Okay, so this is the thing we do here, Dabster and Anthony. Literally, we ask you random questions that doesn't have to make sense, like with anything that we talked about today. It's just random question out of the blue. But the last question that I'm gonna ask you, which I always finish with, if you agree with what I say, this dude right here has to eat 2 Carolina Reapers for you if you agree with me. If both of you agree with me, then literally he has to eat 4 of those.
Okay.
All right. So last time it was
Anthony.
Anthony's like, I'm out. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, good."
I think he just got a technical difficulty.
Sorry, that wasn't my cough button. That was my disconnect button.
Oof. Dang. He's like, I'm out. I'm out. I don't want to answer these questions. All right. Question number 1. Would you rather have the ability to breathe underwater or have the abilities of a cat? You guys can choose whoever goes first, Anthony or Dabster.
Underwater.
It's Mike. Underwater. And it's Mike. You call me Mike. I know that the podcast is almost over.
So the Reef and Reef podcast, does it stand for like a coral reef?
Basically it stands for a
Or
coral
like the other
reef,
kind
yes.
of reef?
Like a little coral reef.
Yeah, with that power, I would just be there, sitting there in it.
You'd be sitting there like, with me just chilling. I'll probably be reading a book, honestly.
Reef.
Yeah. All right. What you got, Nightmare?
Would you rather have the ability to fly or the ability to teleport?
I'm going to go with fly.
Damn. 2 different answers.
Okay, yeah. So now we can both fly, and also I can teleport.
I mean, if you hold him, he can actually both teleport at the same time.
I mean, if I just teleport upwards an inch every time I fall an inch, I'm flying.
All right, Lyrian, what you got?
Which video game or fighting game character do you think would literally take a dive in a fight for like $1 million?
Which one would
which one would quite literally just fake being knocked out just for $1 million paycheck?
Dang. That's actually a good one. I didn't expect that one.
A video game character.
Yes.
Akira. Christy would do it.
We talking what? We talking Tekken?
Scorpion would do it.
Wow.
Scorpion definitely would do it. Oh yeah, definitely would do it.
He's like, you know what? I don't want to burn the.
Raiden would do it right now too.
I was gonna say if
Raiden would do it. Raiden would do it just to stop Earth realm from getting invaded. Like he would do anything.
Well, Raiden now is mortal.
Yeah, he is. He's immortal now in the new timeline. But okay, I was gonna say if it was anything, if it wasn't just video game characters, I would say Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris
would just be him like getting paid. Take a dive, he'd still be like, "No, you're taking the dive."
All right.
And if you want to go real people, I mean, didn't Mike Tyson like literally just do that?
Yes, he did.
I mean, he like stopped fighting in the middle of the first round when he realized he might actually win.
We got the viewers in the chat saying.
Talk about that.
Some viewers in the chat saying Johnny Cage, Conquer from Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Oh my gosh! All right,
Johnny Cage wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think he would. He's like really, really cocky. All right. This is actually kind of weird. If the universe is just a simulation, what update or patch does it need?
Remember, not political.
Do we just go common sense?
The common sense refresh, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Anthony has to like really think about this.
I don't know. Can we like unlock the character creation options or something?
I mean, you can if you
Oh, we
want
got
to.
a debug Sims menu.
Make a save
We got a debug
editor?
Sims menu.
Yeah, you can. Go for it.
No. How do we put in the Konami code?
Oh my god. All right, what you got, Nightmare?
All right. So, would you rather go camping or stay at a hotel on vacation?
Damn.
Stay at a hotel.
I'll be in the hotel, thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. I like my creature comforts.
You want those?
The hotel has AC. Are we
Yeah.
camping in like a big trailer? Because that's
You
not
can
really
do either one.
camping.
You can
That's
do either
just a mini hotel. That might be okay.
I mean, hotels. The best part is that they have continental breakfast, so you get some breakfast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with hotel. 100%.
All right. If your life had background music that only you could hear, nobody else, what genre would it be and why? I haven't asked this one in a while, so I have to.
I'm gonna answer this one because I've been listening to it constantly lately, and it's it's anything that's lo-fi synthwave. That's all I've been playing lately. It's all I've been thinking about.
Yeah, I think lo-fi would be like the only background music that wouldn't make you go insane. But like,
Yeah, right.
if you had asked me 3 months ago, it would have been. Now it's the soundtrack of Claire Obscura.
Damn.
You know,
Oh, that's a
indefinitely.
good soundtrack.
Hey, as long as you guys didn't mention.
Oh, I got it. Let me backtrack. Sorry. Soundtrack for Mr. Robot. I don't know if anybody's watched that series, but the soundtrack was fucking killer.
Man, I wouldn't mind listening to Knight Rider theme over and over again. Honestly.
Mine would just be
the
a vintage
Renor
episode,
theme to
and if
play.
anybody doesn't get why, then I don't know why you're watching.
I have one more, then we can get to the big question.
Oh boy.
Oh, I've got one more too.
Okay. Out of all the video game bosses you fought, which one do you think you could take in a fight? And keep in mind, this is not going to be like, this is a boxing match. No, you got weapons at your disposal as well.
Wait, is this like the same as in the game? Or are we like taking away all the magic video game? Yes,
exactly from the game, and you could bring like weapons or magic or whatever you need.
Do they have to be like the final boss?
Any boss.
Just any boss. Mike, why don't you pick one?
Oh my god, you know I'm gonna suck and I'm not gonna pick one.
Oh, he can't beat any in the game either, so.
So inside joke, it took me forever to beat the first boss in Elden Ring, and that's like a constant joke with Anthony.
I could take Margit in a fight. All I gotta do is go grind up to like level 40 or 50 on the Weaving Peninsula. I come back, and I would stomp him in a fight. If we're doing video game rules, then I would have all the same powers as the character in the game, right? I should take any of them.
Damn. All right. So, Nightmare, what you got?
Okay. I'm gonna use the same one we agreed that I'll use before yours. You come to a fork in the road. Both paths lead you to the same place. One path has 100 goose-sized bears, and the other path has one bear-sized goose. Which path do you choose?
100
You say 100 goose-sized bears, or one bear-sized goose.
Yes.
Why do you think this is called the WTF section?
I'll do the
What kind of bears? Are the bears black, brown, or white?
Combination.
Oh man, you made it even more complicated.
I mean, if it was like 100 panda bears, yeah, no problem. I'm taking that side.
But if they're
If it's
grizzlies,
like 100 polar bears, I might take the chances with the goose.
I'm gonna go with the goose.
why? Because so you can choke it.
I feel like the goose is going to be meaner than the bears, and the bears are
No, I
probably
think-
usually the safer choice.
I don't think gooses are Prone to attacking people.
Have you met a
Oh,
goose?
they are. They are.
Dude, yeah, it's all right.
Okay, see,
Yeah.
you're down in
God.
Florida. You don't have any geese because the alligators ate them all.
No, we
The
do have
geese are
we have
terrible.
Canadian geese. Yeah, they're here.
Oh my lord.
Oh, they're here year round, and they never leave here.
Mhm.
All right.
Amateur.
We're getting down to the final question here. I have to take off my glasses for this one because this is the final question. All right. You guys eat cereal, correct?
No, I don't.
Sure.
Or
Not really,
have you?
but-
Okay.
I did.
Okay. You did at some point in your life.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Okay. Do you pour the cereal first, then the milk, or the milk first and then the cereal?
Cereal first. Who does milk?
Oh, thank God you got that one right, or this would have had to completely end our relationship, Mike.
Oh my
Now I
God.
can put these back.
Who puts the milk first?
Apparently, he does.
Oh wow. Okay.
I've been called so many names over the last few episodes. I've been called a monster. I've been called a psychopath. I've been called
I've
so
never,
many.
I've never seen anyone do that before.
But
Look,
Nightmare has something to say here from that happened in our last episode.
We did have somebody finally agree with him.
Ah.
There was somebody that finally agreed with him.
So you
And I
interviewed a
was
psychopath.
shocked.
Good job.
Yeah, apparently.
And it was an indie game developer. So I was like, wow, somebody actually agreed. And a lot of people were calling it scripted. It was all scripted. I was like, nope. I never actually told him anything about this. He
I got
literally
a question for you guys.
all right.
Sorry.
Hmm.
So you've been doing this for a while.
Mhm.
Has any indie game developer that you've done a podcast with exploded as far as their game is taking off?
Like basically like, just
Master's Pupil did really good.
yes, it did. Master's People is actually a really
What do you guys
phenomenal game.
consider really good?
Like
What do you guys consider really good?
like literally like they had a lot of downloads and a lot of people actually played that game.
Mhm.
It went on to Steam and Switch.
Oh, cool.
And also what we do here is
Nice.
like what we do over here is like we may have the live segment where we interact with everybody as you saw, like we had so many questions from different people, and
Mhm.
literally like we love later upload it to Spotify and everything, and that's where we get the most listeners because we average from 5,000 to 6,000 downloads on Spotify. So
Wow. Cool,
mean,
guys.
that-
Congrats.
that's just on Spotify. I mean, we put it everywhere. We put it on iHeart Radio. We put it on Amazon Music. So it's promoted everywhere, and it's phenomenal
Yeah.
because we love promoting people here. We don't like basically do it for viewership for us. We do it so that way people can know different types of content over here. Like not just
Mhm.
indie game developers, but we had musicians here before. We actually had
Mhm.
an actual writer from the Final Destination franchise, Jeffrey Reddick.
Oh, wow. Very
We ha-
cool.
Yeah, so we had a variety of people here, and we
Uh-huh.
just love enjoying like talking to people, and we're thankful that guys like you that basically said sure, like let's do an interview. I don't mind that, and we always like enjoy talking and engaging with you guys. So
I really appreciate you guys setting this up.
Fantastic. So thousands
Oh,
of
it's no
people are
problem.
going to hear me answer that question like an idiot.
don't be
You
surprised.
can't look
Hey,
at it that way.
don't be surprised if that becomes a YouTube short, and then later we upload it. So just be warned because I mean we do a lot of YouTube shorts nowadays, and we just love doing those. I mean we average like from 80 something views to like over 200 views when we do YouTube shorts. So
Very cool.
yeah. So anyways, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Dabster. I mean Mike. I'm sorry, but I had to say
it's cool.
Dabster because Dabster is the company. I mean, the last thing I'm gonna say is that I never asked you, what is up with the duck?
So, long story short, we were in Target shopping. We were parked at Target, right? And there was this cute little mallard duck escorting its babies in the Target parking lot. And we're like, oh my God. So I took a picture of myself and I go, that'd be a fucking cool ass logo. We'll put him a little hat on it and we'll give him a little bow tie. And then I got this artist I mean, I did a few sketches. They were horrible. Then I got this one artist to do a few logo designs, and that was it. And we were like, oh, that's it. And we
Wow.
just kept it. We thought it was cool. It was cute. It's a duck.
Hey,
It's a very hip duck.
and if I'm not mistaken, you guys actually have merch of that duck, so I need to get myself a coffee mug of that. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you.
because
Yeah,
I love that damn duck and I want it.
yeah.
All right. So without further
again.
ado, I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank all the listeners on YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been phenomenal over here. We had a lot of engagement, which is always great. Don't forget to wishlist the game on the description below if you haven't already on YouTube. If you already know the game, hey, enjoy it while you can. I mean, the demo is out. It's going to be phenomenal when the game comes out as well. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and Leary, and you had one last thing to say?
No, I was gonna say, go wishlist Bergamon on Steam. Go,
There
go do it.
Go do it right now, please. Now. All right. So we'll see you guys in a few weeks. We're going to be actually back live tomorrow with our sports edition of the podcast where we talk NFL. With me and my co-host for that one is ZDP. We're going to be diving in on last week's NFL action. And then we're going to be talking about the big upset by the Jaguars over the Chiefs, which really shocked me. So without further ado, I'm Luis IPA, NightmareRyzing here, Larry N, Dabster, aka Mike, and Anthony. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
As always, today's episode was broadcast live on Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. If you couldn't make it to the live segment, feel free to watch it on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and iHeart Radio. Links on the description below. See you next time.